Alright, and we got tires on the OZs. Yes, there's only 3. I actually put the other one on the car already. I couldn't wait. I did it when I got back, but I didn't have time to put them all on. So today we're going to be putting them all on. Tire sizes, rears, pretty happy. The Federals in the front, I just don't like the way Federals have like this lip protector. So they actually go like way over the actual lip. So these are like pretty fat, which I didn't need, but the rears are also pretty big. I have it on the car, and I'll wait till they're all on to show you, but they look big. It's like, I'm not used to like big tires on E34s. The M Parallels had a 35 rear when I was running them, but I figured since these were 17s, I thought like a 35 sidewall would make it really like skinny and look stupid, but that's clearly not the case because the 40 looks pretty big. But I do think this is the setup and the look and how I'm going to want the car to drive and how I want it to look. I think this is just going to fit it. So I'm excited to show you guys what these look like on the car, but tires look decent. I'm happy. So we're going to throw these bad boys on and get this thing looking good. The rear is actually perfect. The ride height, I don't have to adjust anything. We'll see how the front is. Because of the extra tire height, I actually didn't have to like lower or raise. I thought I had to lower the car. I didn't have to do any of that. So we'll see. The front might have to be adjusted a little bit, but I'm not really looking to do all that today. So today will probably just be a rough template, if anything. But I kind of have a feeling they'll run and work just how they are. So I'll set this up for a time lapse and we'll throw these bad boys on. I'm liking this a lot. Yeah, this is sick. So the fronts fit really good. I actually had a spacer on there for those stocks, and I left it on there, and it's like perfect, the front could come down a tiny bit, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm gonna keep this thing nice and functional and you know, turn all the way and all that stuff. You know, it's a functional car now. I gotta let my stance days just fall behind. That's what that car's for. You guys will see those wheels are coming on Friday, actually 2 days from now. So that'll be the stance E34. This will be the Go Fast E34 as it's been, but we finally have nice wheels on the Go Fast E34. So I was kind of stuck on, since I put all the money into the turbo setup and stuff, I had to just put on crappy wheels. So I had it on those chrome M Parallels, if you remember. Those were like reps. All I needed was a 9.5 wide rear wheel so I wouldn't spin like crazy, and that was the first set that popped up for cheap after doing all that work, right? So money was not there. So I bought those, ran them for a year, and it honestly made me kind of hate the E34. Like, it just made me not appreciate it. They were just so ugly. But I finally have a set of real wheels, not only real wheels, but probably the set that was my top choice for this car, and I'm just beyond happy about it. These things look so good. Like I said, tire sizes probably could have been a little smaller, but I think this is good for this car. I think this will help with the ride and, you know, going fast on the highway. I don't want to crack a OZ or anything, but man, shout out to Fernando. He's the one who hooked me up with these. He's in the E34 group, so you guys are familiar. Fernando Hernandez hooked these up. Great guy, great to do business with. Quick shipping, good price. I put a lot of love into these, and I think it all paid off. I'm in love with it. I think this is the look this car needed for a long time. So now you guys are familiar. I've talked about it. We're going to be redoing all the intercooler piping, so this bumper will be off. I know it's sitting a little low to the ground, so that'll be taken care of. We'll be running a stock bumper again. I know a lot of people like this look, and I do too, if it wasn't cut up to fit the intercooler and stuff. So yeah, I did that. That was stupid, but whatever. So I'm stoked. I'm gonna go take this thing for a ride, somewhere to take pictures. I'm not gonna go far because of the Velcro gasket leak, but just far enough to take pictures. It's actually an entirely different day, but like I said, I'm gonna go drive this thing somewhere, take some pictures. So I'll bring you guys along. I got the GoPro set up. We'll get a couple pulls in, then we'll go to some more scenic place, get a little walk around in the new setup. So yeah, because I posted the polishing the wheels. This was gonna be the same video as those, and then I realized I'd keep that its own video and then let you guys see the finished product in a different video. So that's this video. I'm paying homage to the wagon with my wagon shirt. And yeah, let's go take this thing for a little rip on the new wheels, see how she drives. I haven't driven it yet on these. I've only driven it like back and forth down the street. So should feel good on these tires. Oh, there we go. She She's a little cold. She's been sitting for a couple days. She doesn't like to sit. Having 2 cameras is like the coolest feeling ever. Got the GoPro set up there. I got the Canon for everything else, which is really nice. But I've been trying not to drive this thing much because I don't want to, because that valve cover gasket leak. If you guys remember the video of me pulling this thing out, I mentioned that it was leaking oil from the front. I've pretty much come to the conclusion that it is in fact the valve cover, which is just really weird to me. It perplexes me as to how the valve cover leaks at the highest point, because there's not oil that sits there. But I'm guessing just when you're pushing 20 PSI through this thing, oil has a way of just kind of seeping out of whatever weak spot there is. You know, I shouldn't have any like crankcase pressure, but I don't know. Last season everything was all fine. I got the catch can and I got the oil filler vent, so that should be more than enough. I emptied my catch can. There was some fluid in it from winter, but I checked the lines. Nothing's clogged, so I don't really know why. But I'm just guessing from sitting, it dried out and cracked or whatever, and under the boost it just can't handle it. It's not leaking over the manifold, so it's not like dangerous, because if it leaks over there, then you really don't want to drive, because that's a pretty big fire hazard with a turbo car. So I do have the fire extinguisher, or I should have it. I'm actually gonna make sure I have that really quick. I'm gonna grab it, put it in here, and then we're gonna go on a little ride and I'll show you guys around the new setup. Fire extinguisher here. I don't think I've advocated this ever on my channel, but in general, with any old BMW, you should really carry these around. I have heard countless stories of people that have had their old BMWs burned to the ground because just they're, you know, the old electronics, all the stuff that can go wrong in these cars, they burn up a lot. So you should really have that in every car, but especially a boosted car, just because you got a lot of high pressure oil lines and really hot elements in that engine bay. Like for example, the oil feed to the turbo. You got oil coming out at whatever 50, 60 PSI out of your Vanos line into your turbo feed, and if that blows off, it's on a 800-degree header. It's just a recipe for disaster. So you should always have a fire extinguisher. I've seen firsthand, I've seen cars burn down. I know people that have had their cars burned down. You don't want that to happen to you. So this is my little advice to my watchers, my viewers. Keep a fire extinguisher, old BMW. You may think it won't happen to you, but it could. So I got my fire extinguisher ready to go for a little drive. Oh man, I need to waste this. Really the reason I want to drive this thing is I want to get rid of this 93 so I can fill this thing up with E85 and actually start boosted. Because we're on like, you know, 93 that I put in, you know, 6 months ago. So not the best. I fuel stabilize it, so it shouldn't be like bad or anything, but nonetheless, I want to get rid of that because I want to put in the 85 so I can actually whip this thing, you know, how it's meant to be whipped. Because this car makes like 100 more horsepower on the 85, so it's like a night and day difference. It's like a whole new car. So right now we're at like 19, 20 PSI, just chilling. And then once I get the 85 in there, I have flex fuel, so I can put in the 85 right now, but there's no point in doing half the 85, half 93. That's gonna put me at like, I can't really remember how that, I don't remember how that calculation works. I think I'm pretty sure it would make it like E40 or something. It's like, you know, whatever. But nonetheless, just gonna waste this stuff up. This thing drives really good on these new wheels. These big sidewalls are comfortable. The last thing I need to do is just get the new springs in. As you guys remember from last year, I told you guys I got new springs for this thing, some like 7K, 9K I think, or 6.7 or 6.8 or whatever, I can't remember. I think it was 7.9 actually. Once those springs are in this thing and we're off of these 16 18s, oh man, it is gonna be a different drive, man. I will fall in love with this car once I'm off these freaking stiff stance spring rates, man. I cannot tolerate it. Big tires, soft spring rates, and this will be a whole new car. I got so much to do to this thing, man. I got all the brakes I gotta change. To do the springs, you have to take out the entire front knuckle. Obviously, I'm pretty sure you guys realize that if you've watched enough of my videos. E34s aren't like an E36 where it's, you know, two, or I think E36 has two bottom bolts. E46 has the one clam bolt that holds it kind of like this. Not that lucky in E34. You gotta take the whole knuckle out, which means I have to take the entire front suspension out for the most part. Like, it's a pain in the ass, but but you gotta do what you gotta do. I think it'll be worth it to get new springs on this thing. I can't tolerate these anymore. They're bad on my back, they're bad on the chassis. Let's go into third, do a little third gear pull, huh? Oh man, I miss this car so much. It's been a long winter of no fast cars, so even, you know, a 93, this car feels quick, obviously. And it's actually probably better that I drive it for a little bit on 93, get used to the power again before I go ahead and shove 28 PSI at it and, you know, kill myself. So, play a little safe to start off with here. But you already know we're on the back roads here, my Nürburgring, as I like to call it. So, yeah, I'm just looking for like a parking lot that's like relatively empty so I can pull out my camera and walk around and show you guys the car in a different setting than the driveway, obviously. Oh, there's an E46 M3. I don't know if the camera's panned that way enough, but nice titanium gray E46. A lot of people are out today. I've gotten a lot of thumbs up already, which is crazy. Usually I don't get thumbs up in this thing. The OZs must be doing something, I swear. I don't know, M Parallels, I don't remember this car ever getting any love, but it seems to be getting plenty of love on the M Parallels, so that's cool. These springs are ridiculous. You guys can probably see it on the camera. I'm just getting beat up. I hate it. Let's go right here. I think I should be able to pull over here and get a decent walk around of it. Yeah, I love this thing. This car came out way better than I would have expected it to come out as I get hit by a car. What's up? Thank you. Thank you. Look at that. I'm getting compliments already. First drive with this thing. Once we get this all done, this thing will look good from every angle, and I will be a very happy man once this thing gets fixed in the front end, because that's just the one thing I can't bear to look at is the front end. It does look cool, but the piping's uneven and it really bothers my OCD. So yeah, so once again, let me know what you guys think about this thing. I'm happy with the wheels. Let me know if you guys think I messed up and should have bought different wheels, or if you like the M Parallels better, because I'll tell you right now, I did not like the M Parallels better. Like I said, these were like probably like my #1 choice for this car, so I'm just so stoked to have them. And I honestly think 17s were kind of the move. I'll be honest, like 18s with a big tire looked kind of tall. I think this, I think the meat mixed with the 17 is kind of a better look in my opinion. I've always been in between on E34s. Like, they really are a car that, like, you know, there's a lot of cars that just need one certain wheel. Like E46 like needs 18 or 19. Both look good. E36 in my opinion is a 17-inch car. Some people pull up 18s, but like an E34 honestly needs like a 17.5. Like 17, if you're slamming it, is just a tad bit too small because your car will just be on the ground. But 18 is just a tad bit, makes the car look too big. But I think 17.5 would be like the prime, but you obviously don't buy 17.5-inch wheels, so kind of screwed. But yeah, I'm gonna go stop by Eustace's, chop it up, show them the car, and then yeah, I'll probably bring you guys along on the Cars and Coffee tomorrow. If I end it here, thank you guys for watching. If not, we'll pick this up tomorrow when we're with Kyle and all the guys. So see ya.